I have a stack of repair invoices on my desk right now from Tesla owners who came through the shop this year. $16,000 because someone used a regular floor jack. $21,000 because a guy drove through standing water on a rainy night. And my personal favorite, $460 for a window that shattered because of a $5 LED light. Every single one of these was avoidable. These are 15 expensive mistakes I keep seeing Tesla owners make, and I am going to show you exactly how to dodge each one. Number 1, never applying your friction brakes. I had a Model 3 come through my shop a while back, and the owner was complaining about a pulsation when stopping. He assumed warped rotors. When I pulled the calipers off, 3 out of 4 inner brake pads were completely seized in place. They had fused to the caliper slides from moisture and road salt. The thing about Tesla regenerative braking is that it handles about 90% of your stopping power, which is amazing for pad life. But it also means those pads sit there for months without moving. Moisture never gets burned off. In salt belt states, corrosion builds up on the caliper abutment flats and locks everything in place. Tesla actually buries a recommendation in the manual to clean and lubricate your calipers every year, or every 12,500 miles if you drive on salted roads. That annual cleaning runs $150 to $250. Skip it, and a full brake job with seized calipers on all 4 corners runs $1,300 to $2,500. Just tap those brakes deliberately once in a while, especially after rain or a car wash. Your calipers will thank you. Number 2, charging your battery wrong because you do not know which chemistry you have. I had an owner come in panicking because the range estimate on his Tesla touchscreen had dropped by 30 miles seemingly overnight. He thought his battery pack was dying. It turned out he had a standard range Model 3 with an LFP battery, lithium iron phosphate, and he had been charging it to only 80% every day for months. The battery management system on that Tesla drifted because it never got a full charge to recalibrate. His pack was perfectly healthy. The computer had simply lost track of how much energy was actually in it. Tesla recommends charging LFP batteries to 100% daily and fully topping off at least once a week, so the management system stays accurate. On the flip side, if you have a long-range or performance Tesla, those use a nickel-based chemistry. Charging those battery packs to 100% daily accelerates degradation from high voltage stress. 80% on the Tesla charging screen is your daily sweet spot for nickel packs. To check which battery your Tesla has, open the charging settings on the touchscreen display. If the slider shows 50% and 100%, you have the iron phosphate type. If the touchscreen shows daily and trip labels instead, you have the nickel type. Get this wrong, and you are either wearing out your battery pack faster or getting stranded because the range number on your dashboard does not match what is actually left. Number 3, installing cheap aftermarket puddle lights. This one caught me completely off guard the first time I saw it in the shop. An owner brought in a Model Y with a shattered driver's side window and swore nobody had broken into it. It turned out he had swapped the little LED lights under the doors for brighter aftermarket units about a year earlier. Tesla's internal communication system monitors the current draw from those lights, and when the aftermarket unit eventually shorted, the car interpreted it as a door close signal and raised the window. On Tesla's frameless door design, the window slammed straight into the frame and cracked. The worst part is that this failure is intermittent and delayed. It can work perfectly for over a year and then fail without warning. Once a Tesla technician spots those non-factory lights during any service visit, good luck getting warranty coverage on anything electrical. A replacement window runs $460 to $800. A $5 modification just turned into a very expensive lesson. Number 4, running your Tesla through a brush car wash. I have seen so many Teslas come through my shop with swirl marks and micro scratches, and the owners have no idea how it happened. Tesla's paint is notoriously thin. We're talking 80 to 100 microns of total thickness, compared to 120 to 150 microns on a BMW or Mercedes. The water-based clear coat is inherently softer than solvent-based alternatives, and those spinning brushes at an automatic car wash just destroy it. Tesla's own manual says use touchless car washes only, and damage from improper washing is not covered under warranty. I worked on a Model Y where the owner noticed visible scratches after just one soft cloth wash during a ski trip. If you own a Tesla without paint protection, hand washing or touchless washes are your only safe options. A professional paint correction for swirl marks runs $400 to $1,000. Full paint protection film costs $3,000 to $8,000, and getting it applied within the first couple of weeks of ownership saves you hundreds in pre-correction work. Number 5. Ignoring your cabin air filter until the car smells like a gym locker. I cannot tell you how many Tesla owners think their car has no filters to change. It does. On the Model 3 and Model Y, the cabin air filter sits right next to the evaporator coils where condensation constantly forms. That combination of moisture and organic material is a perfect breeding ground for mold and bacteria. Within 12 to 18 months, especially in humid climates, you will start getting that vinegar or dirty sock smell every time the air conditioning kicks on. I have pulled filters out of Teslas that were pitch black and damp with mold growth. Here is the part that frustrates me. Tesla charges $150 to $235 for this replacement, and half the time they just swap the filters without cleaning the evaporator coils behind them. So the smell comes right back in 3 weeks because the mold colony is living on the coils, not just the filters. A full do-it-yourself replacement with a can of evaporator coil cleaner and 2 new filters costs about $35 to $60 and takes less than an hour. Tesla recommends replacement every 2 years, but in humid areas, I would check them annually. Number 6. Arriving at a supercharger with a freezing cold battery. If your battery pack is below about 40 degrees Fahrenheit and you have not preconditioned it, the supercharger drops to a trickle. I am talking 20 kilowatts instead of 150 kilowatts or more. I personally experienced this during a road trip through the Northeast in January. I pulled into a supercharger expecting a 30-minute stop and sat there for almost an hour and a half because I used Google Maps instead of Tesla's built-in navigation. That one routing decision made all the difference. When you use the car's navigation to route to a supercharger, it automatically starts warming the battery pack along the way. Google Maps and Waze do not trigger that preconditioning at all. That simple change in your routine can mean 25 to 50% faster charging in cold weather. For extreme cold, be aware that charging from a standard household outlet can actually result in net zero charge. The car uses more energy heating itself than the trickle charger provides. Number 7. Putting cheap window tint on your glass roof panel. I worked on a Cybertruck where the owner had the roof glass tinted in the spring with regular absorptive film. By late summer, the outer pane had cracked from thermal stress. The repair cost over $2,000, and Tesla's warranty explicitly excluded the damage because of the aftermarket tint. Here's what happens. Regular absorptive tint soaks up heat from the sun and transfers it directly into the glass. Tesla uses a dual-pane glass roof, and that trapped thermal energy creates stress between the layers that the glass cannot handle. If you want tint on your Tesla's roof, spend the extra money on ceramic film. Ceramic reflects heat instead of absorbing it, which eliminates the thermal stress that cracks the glass. Yes, it costs more up front, but it will not destroy a $2,000 piece of glass. Number 8. Lifting your Tesla at the wrong jack points. This is one of the priciest simple mistakes you can make on these cars. The entire underside of a Model 3 or Model Y is a massive battery pack, and there are only 4 specific lift points. They are small circular openings in the side frame rails, and they changed from 25 millimeters to 20 millimeters in 2023. Standard jack saddles or lifting at the wrong spot can crush the side skirt panels, or even worse, puncture the high-voltage battery casing. I almost made this mistake myself the first time I worked on a Tesla. I was about to slide my floor jack under what looked like a solid frame rail until I caught it just in time. Tesla's owner manual states that damage from improper lifting is not covered by warranty. One owner I came across was quoted a full battery module replacement at $16,000 because his jack points were gouged from a previous shop visit. A set of Tesla-compatible jack pads costs $12 to $25 online. The battery those pads protect costs $13,000 to $22,500. That's the best $12 investment you will ever make. Number 9. Flat towing your Tesla, even for a short distance. Unlike a gas-powered vehicle, Tesla's electric motors are directly coupled to the drivetrain with no true neutral gear. When the car is dragged with the drivetrain forced against the pavement, those motors spin and generate electricity that backfeeds straight into the power electronics. The damage is catastrophic and almost immediate. I've seen the aftermath of this twice in my shop now, and it is not pretty. One owner's tow company dragged his Model S improperly, and the drive unit replacement quote came back at $10,900. Tesla's own documentation states that towing damage will not be covered under the new vehicle warranty. On a Cybertruck, that drive unit replacement is estimated at $15,000 to $25,000. If you ever need a tow, insist on a flatbed, no exceptions. And if a tow company damages your Tesla by dragging it, document everything immediately. That is their liability, not yours. If you are getting value out of this, hit subscribe. Now let me get into the ones that can leave you stranded or worse. Number 10. Letting your battery drain to zero while the car sits. Tesla's battery pack loses roughly 1% of charge per day, just from the onboard electronics running in the background. That might not sound like much, but if you leave for a 2-week vacation without plugging in, you have lost about 14%. Leave it at an airport for a month and you are looking at 30% gone. I had an owner come through who left his Model 3 at long-term airport parking for 3 weeks with about 20% charge. He came back to a completely dead car. Doors would not open, the touchscreen was black, and the low-voltage battery had drained too. Tesla's manual is very clear on this. If the battery discharges to zero, other components may become damaged or require replacement, and discharge-related expenses are not covered by the warranty or by roadside assistance. Depending on what gets damaged, you are looking at a low-voltage battery replacement at a minimum, and potentially a tow bill. Anytime you are parking for more than a few days, leave the car plugged in. If that is not possible, start with a full charge and turn off everything you do not need. Number 11. Driving through standing water or flooding. The battery pack is sealed from the factory, but those seals aren't permanent, and they degrade over time. The pack sits at the very lowest point of the vehicle, making it vulnerable during heavy rain or any kind of flooding. I've seen the repair estimates on these, and they are brutal. A couple in Scotland drove their Model Y to a restaurant during a rainstorm. After dinner, the car refused to start. Tesla told them the battery had been effectively submerged and quoted them roughly $21,000 for a replacement pack. Warranty coverage was denied. And here's the one that really gets me. A different owner hit road debris that cracked a small plastic coolant fitting on the battery pack. Tesla quoted $16,000 for a full pack replacement. An independent EV repair shop fixed the cracked fitting for $700. Always get a second opinion before you agree to anything Tesla quotes you on battery work. Number 12. Installing over-the-air software updates at the wrong time. Updates are one of the best features of owning a Tesla, but installing them with a low state of charge or on day one of a new software release can brick your car. Multiple Cybertrucks went completely unresponsive after installing one specific update back in December 2024. The firmware failed halfway through and disabled the vehicle entirely. Another Model Y owner got stuck in a failed download loop for over 72 hours. The car kept trying to download even after he disabled the Wi-Fi because it switched over to cellular data automatically. He was initially quoted over $1,500 for a new autopilot computer, though a software fix eventually resolved it. Always wait a week or two before installing any fresh update. Let the early adopters find the bugs first. Keep your main battery above 50% before starting, and never interrupt an update once it is running. Number 13. Getting blindsided by windshield replacement costs. A cracked windshield on any car is annoying, but on a Tesla, it triggers an expensive chain reaction you probably will not see coming. The windshield sits directly in front of the autopilot cameras, and any replacement requires camera recalibration. One Model Y owner went to a glass shop and was initially quoted $650 for the glass. Then the final bill jumped to $1,450 after they added $750 for camera calibration. That calibration takes about 9 minutes. Here is what the glass repair shop will not volunteer. Many Tesla owners have successfully cleared the camera calibration through the touchscreen service menu and let the car recalibrate itself while driving. But glass shops bundle the calibration charge into the service and will not let you opt out. Tesla service centers often include calibration in their windshield replacement price, which typically runs $783 to $1,100 total. Always call the Tesla service center first for a comparison quote before signing anything at a glass shop. Number 14. Assuming your full self-driving purchase transfers when you sell. This one hits hard. Owners who paid $8,000 to $15,000 for full self-driving face a nasty surprise at trade-in time. Tesla's transfer policies change constantly and without customer notification. As of early 2026, full self-driving, or FSD, is effectively a non-transferable license with zero resale value in most situations. Tesla stopped selling full self-driving as a one-time purchase in February 2026 and moved entirely to a $99 per month subscription. They have also been known to remove full self-driving from used cars they purchased and resold. There is a trap within the trap. Performing a factory reset on a used Tesla, which new owners often do to start fresh, can deactivate full self-driving features entirely. I have heard from multiple owners who said the full self-driving toggle simply vanished from the autopilot menu after a reset. If you are buying a used Tesla, always verify full self-driving status directly through the Tesla app before handing over any money. And do not forget to confirm the previous owner has removed the vehicle from their Tesla account, or they will still have full app access to your car. Number 15. Blindly accepting Tesla's first repair quote. This applies to every repair you'll ever need on these cars. Tesla controls parts distribution and charges around $3,000 per year for service manual access to independent shops. One owner documented getting 3 different quotes from 3 separate Tesla service centers in the same city for the exact same battery contactor repair. The prices ranged from $1,464 up to $2,630. A $35 bus bar part was marked up by $700 at one location. I've personally seen a body scratch quoted at $10,000 by Tesla that an independent shop completed for about $3,000. Always get at least 2 quotes. Search for an independent EV specialist in your area. If your car is still under warranty, push hard for warranty classification on any covered repair. Tesla sometimes labels legitimate warranty work as goodwill to reduce their reporting liability, and that distinction matters if you ever need lemon law protections. The common thread behind every single one of these mistakes is one big misconception, that an electric vehicle basically takes care of itself. It doesn't. But the good news is, the prevention for each item on this list costs a tiny fraction of the repair. If you want to see my full breakdown on Tesla maintenance schedules and what actually needs your attention at every mileage interval, that video is on screen right now.